What's up, everybody? We are back today with another sneaker restoration. And today, I got a pretty rare shoe by recent standards. It is the Jordan Bred 13. Now, this shoe has an interesting backstory. Jordan wore 4 pairs of shoes in the 1998 playoffs. And these are one of the ones that he wore. Arguably, he probably wore those the most. And I was also doing some research and coming to find out, he was actually supposed to wear these when he hit the last shot against Utah in the finals. I found that very interesting. And another interesting thing that I didn't know until fairly recently, the Air Jordan 13 was designed, it took inspiration from pretty much cats. So I guess Michael Jordan had a nickname of Black Cat. I don't really know the details behind why they called him that. It's kind of pause, thinking back on it. Anyway, they called him that. And whatever, and the hologram on the 13 that is famous for, that is supposed to be inspired by cat eyes, and those little dimples that you see on the sides of the 13s supposed to be whiskers. And I think the suede is supposed to represent like the paws and all that. But yeah, it's pretty interesting backstory behind the design of the 13. And pretty sure by now you guys are very familiar with the rundown of my cleaning process, so I want to bore you with all that. Instead, I want to talk about the mission statement for what we're doing with the whole shoe content stuff. So, if you're wondering why, out of the blue, how you go from doing animal stuff to doing sneaker stuff? Well, first and foremost, I still do the animal stuff. That's on the way as well, but we won't talk about that here. But yeah, just give you some backstory. I always been into sneakers like my entire life and stuff. And it's funny because I always kind of had the idea in the back of my head to like work with sneakers in some capacity, whether it be like a fashion designer, reseller, hopefully getting a job with Nike or Jordan, something like that. I always kind of had a vision to work with sneakers one day. And it's funny, I remember last year one of my homeboys had hit me up because I got like a whole bunch of shoes and stuff, and I know how to keep my shoes clean, like before I got into doing the restoration and stuff. So he had sent me a pair of like he sent me a picture of his military blues, and it was cooked. I'm like, I got these same fucking shoes, dog. Wait, what was you doing in there? What was you doing in them? And that's when it kind of hit me. I'm like, damn, I can kind of make money off of this. Like just watching TikToks and shit and seeing like other content creators do like sneaker reviews, restorations and shit. I'm like, bro, I'm like really robbing myself if I don't get into this, because I already spent hella money on sneakers and like really knowledgeable about the shit and the history and all that. So that's why I kickstarted the whole sneaker restoration. Also, I'll be trying to get into restoring and doing my own personal sneaker reviews and stuff of that nature. So